Hi everybody, welcome to Materia D&D, where we play D&D our way. And this is not the start of session 106,
Yep.
is that right? But this is actually going to be the little short level video. So players last session got to take a long rest. They got to level after their achievements in cleansing their colleague Dregnar from a curse. And yeah, so we're gonna go in order of class that I'm aware of, and the first one would be Bard. So I'll go ahead and jump over to Allegretto, who is our Valour Bard. So go ahead, buddy.
Alright. This level was mostly all spells. Except for the basic stuff, I get one new spell. I picked Mass Cure Wounds.
Nice.
You can pick an area, just go BAM, and then group healing. I already lost track of it. I think it's up to 6 creatures I can choose. Yep. And it's a lot more than my healing word does. So hopefully that'll come in handy.
Is this a
I'm on.
materia cure wounds? Mass cure wounds?
Yes.
Okay. Because I know
Yeah,
our cure wounds is
little
better
buff.
than the normal cure wounds, right? So I figured this was also
Mm-hmm.
nice.
Oh, and
Yeah,
it's upcastable for more HP. Lovely. Um, got to swap out a spell as well. Uh, dropped Hypnotic Pattern, haven't used it too much. Doesn't deal damage. I likes damage every now and then. He's taken Animate Objects, where he can basically pull a Fantasia, and if it's tiny, he can make like 10 of them. He can do chairs, he can do anything that's not alive, and bam, he controls it for his concentration up to a minute. They get their own stats, like AC, they can attack. I can tell them to like defend a hallway. I can just tell them to go nuts, shred something. It's gonna be a good time. Um, it also takes a bonus action to command them, so I can use that slot for more than just buffs and heals once I run out of those. But those are buff and heals are still priority. It's fine. It's fine.
Nice.
Um, lastly, I guess we got the retcon an ability that didn't exist. Um, I'm dropping Silence and picking up level 1 Silvery Barbs. It is very fancy looking. If I see somebody, it's a reaction as well. If I see somebody succeed on an attack roll, ability check, saving throw, I can say, "Hey, you, stop," and he's got to re-roll, take the lower roll. But additionally, with that same spell, uh, I can pick somebody, an ally, and they get advantage on their next roll, ability check, saving throw, yada yada. Looks like the first they have to use it on their first roll. Is that right?
to double check the wording, but yeah. So essentially, Silvery Barbs was released with Strixhaven. That wasn't around when Al was leveling, and like I allow my players to retcon things that they would have taken if it would have been available at the time. So for sure, Silvery Barbs is almost a no-brainer, and it looks like the chosen creature has advantage on the next D. Yeah, it doesn't matter. They can just on the next one for the next minute. So they do a save within the next minute, or an attack roll, or a saving throw. The first thing that comes into that ability check, attack roll, saving throw, they get advantage on.
Yet.
I don't think it's bannable.
It's fine.
It's okay. Like it is one of those. Okay, Silvery Barbs is a key example of power creep, but it's a reaction, and if he really wants to burn his reaction on all this stuff, yeah, like it's fine. I don't. I very few things I think are actually bannable. Like people, like we've always had discussion. People ban air or poker just because they don't want to deal with flying. There's a lot of ways to deal with flyers. It's
Yeah, disintegration. Gone.
Darcy, no!
yeah. So sorry, but yeah. So silvery barbs are allowed. And because it wasn't part of what would have been available to him while he was leveling up, I want my players to have fun. I want my players to experience the character that they're imagining. So I do allow retcons as long as it's within reason. And I don't think Al has ever actually cast silence either. So it kind of
I
fits.
thought about casting it a couple times.
Yeah.
For what that's worth.
Yeah.
But no, you can't
He
keep out
went
quiet.
he went silent on the topic.
Yeah.
But I made it better.
Right. Go ahead, Al. I don't know if there's anything else.
Silvery barbs. Last thing was my cantrips became more powerful this level. Vicious Mockery went up a damage die, and it affects the next 3 attacks instead. So that's it's pretty strong. I like it. I'm gonna keep using that.
Materia, mockery.
And then a True Strike, which I forgot that I had. This doubled from 1d6 to 2d6. So I'm gonna start using that too. It's gonna be a great time.
And again, Materia Valor Bard, because they have what the Blade Singer has, where they can, when they take the attack action, substitute one of their attacks with a spell cast. Synergies. Making classes more fun. What do you know?
The cantrip looks useful. You know, it's nice.
Cool. Well, thank you. Thank you, Al. And I don't know.
Also,
No, go for it. Yeah.
finally. I rolled a 3 on my HP, so I got a +5. With my curses going on, my new total is 74.
Nice.
Says who? I didn't say that. Who told you?
Yeah, and I don't think it was mentioned. If it was, he's had more spells, but yeah, he is 11th level. So if you look at the table, he's got a 6th level spell slot. Woo! We made it to 6th level spell slots. Woo! Okay. Cool. Thank you, Al. That was very well done. Let's see. Next one in the class. We don't have our cleric. We have our cleric. We have our cleric. Let's go, cleric. Yeah.
Is that me?
The sun touched. Go for it.
So I'm level 11. I have cantrips too, so my cantrip damage has gone up. I switched one spell around. I can't remember exactly what the spell I took away was, but that's because I literally never used it. It was some spell that I was holding, I think, for reasons that I didn't get to use by the time I got a long rest. But I picked up life transference, so I can, if I'm ever stuck in a situation where I need to heal somebody without touch, I can, even if it costs a good chunk of my health. Is my microphone on? Yes.
Yeah,
that's okay.
we got.
You're good. You're good.
I'm actually looking up
It's
the
like
spell. I don't know
hauntingly
it.
quiet. It does necrotic damage for me to heal somebody. Very, very potent, but very dangerous to use. But
they heal for twice as much. Cool.
exact. I did get my 6th level spell slots. I keep going on. I think I'm gonna stay a cleric purist for now. I gained the ability. I chose the 6th level spell as Sunbeam because it just fits. It just fits.
I
You know?
don't. I don't see it.
What, Sunbeam?
I'm kidding. Of course it fits.
Oh. I was like, I was thinking like
It's
on the
the
list.
most
I'm like,
sedge spell possible.
Yeah.
Make make the materia version of it in there. 'Cause I don't think it's in D&D Beyond.
I don't think it is in D&D Beyond. I just have the regular one.
Cool. So I'm writing that down as a project for me. So that's one thing. Go ahead.
I didn't change anything else as far as spells. I didn't get that much health. My max is 96 now. Pretty sure. Other than that, everything's cantrips are stronger, and I got new spells. New spell.
New spell who it is.
Anyway.
Keep in mind, very nice, thank you. Keep in mind, you are a cleric, so you prepare your spell list every time you sleep. So you don't technically lock them like Al does.
Oh, I could shift them around at any point, but
Yeah.
it's fun to share with the class for now.
Yeah, no, get that. And then, don't worry about Sunbeam not being in yet. It's literally, I just made it that it scales when you upcast it. You can't upcast it yet, so we're good.
Yeah, and a bunch of my lower spells, I honestly every long rest kind of review what I want now.
Good.
So like they switch around a lot.
Yeah, that's good. That's what you should do.
Yeah.
Between like cleanses and stuff, whatever we need for the situation.
Perfect. Yeah, nice. So, it's like you said, pretty simple. Your cleric does, you get a one You can roll now, what, 11 or lower to get a Divine Intervention instead of a 10 or lower?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, my divine intervention is better to use now. I should actually use it at some point, but anyway.
Yeah. And then, if I'm not mistaken, because clerics are my babies, Destroy Undead
Yep.
is now CR2.
Super stronger. Yeah.
Cool. Weak clerics. All right, thank you, Donnie. Anything else to add?
Not that I remember, no.
All
That's
right,
it.
perfect. Thank you, thank you. All right. We don't have our druid playing with us right now, so fighter. Mr. Khaaros, if you will.
All right. I am taking a level in fighter.
Ta-da!
Done.
yeah.
So I get another attack, and my side dice, which don't increase in volume, increase in die size to match my D10 maneuver dice, superiority dice. So that and the extra attack is about it. I am not switching out any maneuvers. I don't remember if we did that every level or if we did that at feet level, but either way, I'm good with where they are at, and as well as my actual half feet choices. And I rolled an 8 last week before we cut, which brings my HP from 96 to 107.
Nice.
Tank.
And then, I don't know if you mentioned it or if I just didn't hear you. Your second wind gets another improvement.
Oh, that's right. I believe it goes from 2d10 to 3d10.
Yeah, plus fighter level. So, essentially a
Which
nice big
That's pretty
self heal.
chunky.
was nice.
Yeah, so now we finally get to see what happens when someone gets an attack action that does 3 attacks.
Although it still says 2d10 in the
Got it. That's another homework for me to do then. Try to update
yeah,
it.
the D&D Beyond, because yeah, I think we mentioned that back in last week afterwards when I looked at the materials sheet, but does not reflect that in D&D Beyond currently.
Got it. Yeah, they will not reflect today. I will work on it when I have time during the weekend. Cool. Thank you, Kyle. So yeah, going on to Dregnar.
Sup. So, Dregnar went monk, so he is now monk 7, barbarian 4. 7 was actually pretty good for the monk side. I got a few things. I got another key point, which is always good. I also got advantage on wisdom saves as long as I have one key point, which is called stillness of mind. And I also got evasion, which combined with danger sense gives me advantage on dex, and then I either take half or I take none. So because of that, I changed one of my feats, which I had a resilient feat, which gave me a bump to my wisdom. I went ahead and took that off and added another level of toughness. So I have tough 1 and tough 2 now. So that plus what I rolled, which I believe was a 5, gives me a grand total of 148 hit points.
Nice. Yeah.
Also, I'm going to go ahead and throw this in here, Adam, because it wasn't on there. With the materia version of what I am, when I'm raging, I get to add my rage bonus to my monk DCs whenever I do stunning strike or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah. That was a thing that he earned unlocked because of his friends being able to cleanse him, and
Oh,
then he
like
got to.
just with the recent ceremony thing?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Yep.
Yeah, that was you guys helping him connect with his inner self,
Nice.
and then
So
tapping into his real, but part of his true potential.
And because of that and the sash I got from Tabard, I now have a 17 DC where it was a 14 DC when I'm raging.
Yeah, and the clarity to clarify on stillness of mind. Yeah, it's still the original stillness of mind, so he can still use his action to cancel out a charm or a frighten effect on him. And the way that I rule it, because I am not a dick of a DM, is like if a vampire were to charm him and make him use his action to do something, he can refuse to do that and use his action to stillness of mind, because
Yeah,
I don't want
that's
to have
stupid.
someone. Yeah, otherwise it's almost unusable. So yeah, as long as he's, and then the little perk on that is as long as he got 1 key point, like you mentioned, he has proficiency in wisdom saves, which is what he dropped for the resilient feat. So cool. Thank you, Mr. Dregnar. Anything else to add?
That is it.
Nice. Cool. Let's see. No ranger with us. We've never had a sorcerer. Never had a warlock.
Ooh, yeah.
Warlord.
We had a warlock.
Oh yeah, we did. Well, I was thinking.
Why are you going to burn Yarsi twice in
Damn.
one video?
I forgot. I'm sorry.
Frickin' Eldritch Blast Sniper Eric Coker. How could you forget him?
Yeah, his grand entry was like dive bombing from
Not even
400
just
feet
dive
down.
bombing, just sniping from unseen heights.
Yeah,
Friend or foe? Friend or foe?
Frickin' ion, like low orbit ion cannon, just like.
I forgot. Yeah. Very good outside. Put him in a little tunnel.
Yeah.
It's-
Hold
Underneath it.
on. He held his own whenever
did do
everyone ran upstairs. When I was able to get away from everything, it was the
That's true.
damn beholder that bam done dead.
That's true. That's true.
After almost doing the same to Marm, but he had a
Yes,
frickin'
yes.
ring that prevented it.
Yes. But Yarsi still lives
Yeah.
as Jarsi.
As Jarsi.
All right. Warlord, materia custom class. Woo!
Correct. So yes, Davis will continue the Warlord path. So level 11, just one Warlord feature. It's called Hedonist Insight. Basically, it allows me to recharge up to my Charisma modifier and Merit dice once per long rest. Only when I roll initiative. So it's like a there's another similar feature that this is based off of. I don't remember what it is though. Another thing I did do because Adam's nice. Technically, I think I would have had to wait till like a feat level to do this, but I decided I was never using the fighting style that I get from our optional class features. Like mainly I was just forgetting to do it, where it's like you can reroll 1s and 2s. And it was, which is just great weapon fighting, and I swapped it out for defensive just for a +1 AC bump. I think that's mainly it. Oh, I rolled kind of crappy, so now I have less HP than our wizard, which is awesome, but that's because he's insane. And I also forget that I have True Strike through my trinket, and actually, I don't necessarily forget that I have it because I have used it, but I forget that it has bonus damage, which now goes up, because I'm pretty sure I've literally never used the bonus damage on it, even though I've used it, at least half a dozen times.
Mhm.
But it also goes up because it goes with cantrip scaling, so maybe now I'll use it.
And for those that are doing True Strike, does damage. Wait, what? So Materia True Strike, we kind of modeled it off of Green Flame Blade, Booming Blade, where it's one of those you deliver the spell on the attack
Right.
rather than one turn, point at it, give yourself advantage. Next turn, you actually hit it. Why wouldn't you just attack twice?
Yeah, and it's super good for me because the trinket that I have actually allows me to cast it not just as an action, as a bonus action.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, thank you. I think that's it, right? Pretty.
Yeah, I think so. Because that's yeah. So I'm up to. Wait. Oh no, I was gonna say I'm at 113 HP now, but that's because of my totem today. But yeah, my standard HP is 102, so I am less than our
Nice.
wizard.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Davis. All right, and then last but not least, our diviner wizard. What's up, Mr. CJ?
Hello. Yeah, hi. Where's my sheet? Okay.
See
So
here
this
and
actually
here and
got some.
here and here and here and here.
Yeah, there's like 9 of me. This is actually a decent level because I didn't realize, but I get a wizard feature unlocked, and I get my third eye now. Which is once per short rest, I can use an action to choose one of the following benefits. So I can have either dark vision, or I can see into the ethereal, or I can read any language, or I can see invisible creatures. And I always get to have that on, one or the other. So that's fun. Then I got my first level 6 spell slot, but I don't have a spell that casts that other than upcasts. And I took 2 spells, Dispel Magic, which apparently none of us have really had. But it's
I think
probably useful to have.
Khaaros maybe had it.
Yeah, that's something we needed. And I was thinking that I don't really get to use Hideous Laughter that much, or Blind, or but I do use my web a lot. There's a spell that allows me to do all 3, so I took that, which is something's Mischief. Where is it? I don't know. Some name Mischief. There you go. Nathar's Mischief. So random shenanigans to happen when that is cast.
Oh, that's a Fizzbands one. Cool.
Yeah, and then CJ, as mentioned, because that was one that would have, recently got added to the game. If there is another spell that you want to retroactively swap out instead, you're more than welcome to do it. Just check with me for approval. Kind of how Al swapped out one of his silence for Silvery Barbs. Since Mischief is a newer one, I will 100% be open to entertaining the fact that you're like, swap this with this because I would have taken Mischief when it was available.
Nope, I'll learn it now and we're good. I'm happy with that. Yeah. I want to collect all the spells. I don't want to start giving some away.
Yeah.
And then I rolled a 5 out of 6 on my health, and yes, I have more health than our frontliners mostly. Or at least just
no,
one
just
of
me.
them.
Yeah, I was like, Khaaros has got more health than me too, and you have less than he does.
So yeah, that's it for me.
Awesome. Yeah. So cool. So yeah, the Crass Menagerie is now level 11. So I guess officially made it to tier 3 gameplay. So yeah, thank you guys for the good recaps. I don't think you guys really missed anything. So let's go ahead and stop this level up video. Take a couple seconds and we'll get into the next video.